Hello everyone and welcome to the long-awaited round 10 of the 2022 Tata Steel Chess Masters. It's former World Chess Championship challenger Sergey Karjakin versus Magnus Carlsen, current world champion, and a lot of people were really waiting for this game, but it ended a bit anticlimactic. Now, why this is so, let's check it out, and then I'm very much interested in your opinion on this, as there are a lot of different opinions on this. So let's check it out. Karjakin with the white pieces opens with e5. We have e5 by with e4, e5 by Magnus, knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to b5. And the game actually lasted, I think, not even 20 minutes. So most of the other games are still in the opening phase. So I decided to show you guys this one and get your input on it before we wait for the other games to finish. So bishop b5, the Ruy Lopez is on the board. We have knight to f6. Magnus goes for the Berlin defense. We have castles, now offering the Rio Gambit, and the knight captures on e4. The Rio Gambit is accepted. Rook to e1 and knight to d6. So this is all very standard stuff. It's been played many times by pretty much everyone. Knight captures on e5, and now bishop to e7. Preparing the castle, you do not want your king on the open file while the rook is on e1. Bishop back to f1 as it's attacked on b5. This is again all very standard stuff. And now knight to f5 by Magnus. The two of them already had this position on the board in the Tal Memorial in the 2013, where Magnus played knight captures on e5. That game ended in a draw, but here Magnus plays knight to f5, so he switches up from that line, and now c3, preparing to grab the center with the d4. Magnus trades on e5, we have rook captures on e5, and now d6. Now you're chasing away the rook, and also the knight is now very well protected and very nicely placed on f5. Rook back to e1, and now we have castles. So d4 here, grabbing the center, and now black will waste one tempo to play d5, so you have both of your bishops are very nicely opened up, and you have very nice control over the e4 square. We have bishop to f4, and now bishop to d6, offering a trade of bishops here. Queen to f3 by Karjakin, and now comes knight to h4 by Magnus. Interestingly, you could try some other moves here, but this is the main move in the position, and it's been played quite a lot, and it's basically a draw offer. So after knight to h4, white really doesn't have a good continuation here, because you either go to g3 or on e3, and then black just repeats knight to f5, where and then white can choose to maybe play something else and not have such an active square for the queen, or he can play g3 as was played in the game, but now knight to f5 by Magnus. Queen back to f3, knight to h4, queen g3, and knight to f5, and it was in this position on move 16 that Magnus and Sergey agreed to a draw, as obviously there is nothing more to be done here. Any other retreat by the queen other than the one that was in the game will be insufficient, because if you try something like queen g5, you offer a queen trade, f6, and black is pretty much winning now. There's no good square for the queen. You have to go to g4, and then you are under the mask of the bishop. For example, knight captures on d4. You already lost a pawn, and it's a much better position now for black. So after knight to f5, they agreed to a draw. And interestingly, it seems that Sergey was very happy about this. Right after the game, he tweeted this hashtag draw Magnus, hashtag say no to 2900. So I'm very much interested in what you guys make of this. Did Magnus actually want a draw with the black pieces against Karjakin here, as he did play the Berlin, or maybe did he try to mix it up from the line that the two of them have already played, or was it aimed at gaining such a repetition? Was Magnus maybe not trying to go for a win with the black pieces against Karjakin? It's hard to say, because the two of them have played a World Chess Championship match together in 2016 in New York, and Karjakin was one of the strongest opponents Magnus faced, as he took a lead in the tournament, and then Magnus was able to bounce back to 2 games after he lost. But yeah, very much interested in what you guys think. Like I said, all of the games are still pretty much in the opening phase, so I decided to get this one out to get your input. So yeah, that's the game. I know you didn't enjoy it, but it did happen, and it's a pretty important one for the standings. I would like to thank David Kimura, Thomas Earl, Trevor Furtado Souza, Guin Gok Khan, and William Rose for your contribution to my channel. Thank thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon as the next nice game finishes. Thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.